Hello friends, I hope you guys are well. Today's video, I'm sharing all of my Christmas decorating videos from last year. I know it's only October, but I recently watched a Christmas decor video and it just gave me so much happiness and coziness inside. And so I thought, let's plan ahead. I always love to see ideas before I'm ready to decorate. So whether you're a November 1st decorator like me, or you wait till after Thanksgiving, I do think this will help all of you. If you're new, welcome. My name is Trisha Miller. I hope you hit that subscribe button and stick around. Give this video a thumbs up, say hello in the comments. Let me know when you like to decorate for the holidays. Let's get started. Hi everyone, I hope you are well. I am so excited for today's video. I am kicking off the 2023 holiday season with my first Christmas clean and decorate with me. I will go ahead and throw up my November content schedule on the screen for you now so you can see all the good stuff that is to come. Don't worry, I will be including some Thanksgiving and meal preps in here, but a lot of Christmas as well. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get started. I'm starting our decorating off in Stephen and I's bedroom today. I'm going to be doing all 4 bedrooms today and our loft area upstairs. And then stay tuned for next Saturday when I do my part 2 series. I'll be doing our whole main floor. So our kitchen, our pantry, our dining room, our living room, our foyer, all those fun spots. And then my last clean and decorate video, which will be part 3, will be our basement and just all those fun little nooks in our house that the kids like to hang out in. I'm just so excited. Fall is my favorite season. If you are a follower, you know that. But now my brain has just done such a switch. It's like Halloween ended and I woke up on Wednesday and it was all Christmas. I'll go into the store and I'll see all the fall decor, 75% off, and I'm just not interested. All I want to look at is Christmas, which is just so funny how that happens. Are you like that too? All the pieces that I'm putting out on the nightstand right now are new decor that I just got this year. And so my video on Tuesday, stay tuned, I'm going to be going through all of my new Christmas decor. And that's also going to include clothing that I found for me and the kids. And then also baking stuff, just gifts, ideas, all this fun stuff. So stay tuned on Tuesday for that because I will have all the links for everything. If you saw my fall video where I took the leaves and put them on the underside of the lampshade, I was asking you which shape I should do for the Christmas season, and somebody suggested snowflakes, and I just thought that was the perfect idea because I can leave them up through January and February. It's just a perfect winter transitional shape to use, and so I thought it looked beautiful. This is so easy if you want to do this yourself. Obviously make sure you have a lampshade that's not going to get hot or have anything that would pose a fire threat, but all I did was cut them out on my Cricut. You could cut them out by hand and then you just tape them underneath, and I think it just looks so pretty.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is just coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset, it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
Having this little tree in our bedroom, and I shouldn't say little, I mean, it's a 5.5 foot tree. I don't know. I'm 5'2", so it's got to be more than 5 feet because it's taller than me. I think it's probably a 6-foot tree, but it just brought me so much peace and comfort last year. I just love having that little glow of a tree in your room at night when you're reading or going to sleep. It's so beautiful and nostalgic. It just brings me peace, and I love it so much. And I keep the ornaments very simple. I'm just putting some gold bells, and then I have these little white ball ornaments that I got from Target, I believe last year or the year before, that have just a simple red heart in the center. I would say my style for my Christmas decor is simple, cozy, and just classic. I just love that traditional red and green and gold for all of the tones. I would say I even go more green versus red, but I definitely do pops of red throughout. But I just love to keep it simple. I tend to get a little bit more stressed if there's a lot of clutter everywhere, and that is the same with my decor. And I just want it to bring me peace and comfort. And so I always look for that balance of not too much, but enough where I definitely feel like my kids have these memories of these traditions and these core memories that they are forming from all of the decor that we surround them with.
All right. Now this Christmas, we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance. Come on.
We're now in my 5-year-old daughter Rory's room. I had so much fun decorating her room, and you see the lights behind her bed. We put those up this fall. If you watched my Decorate With Me fall video where I did each of the kids' bedrooms, I did a collaboration with Olney, a light company, and they sent me those lights for each of the kids' rooms. And so far, I will tell you, they have been working perfectly, and I love it because I can just keep them up year round. They don't get hot. They plug into the wall, and they just have like 8 or 9 settings on them. Actually, I think it's 10. I think there's 10 different light settings on them that the kids like always have fun changing, and it's just, they're awesome. I will link the lights that I have up right now in the video description box, but there's so many to choose from, and they're actually going to be sending me more lights for the holiday season, so stay tuned when you do our screened-in porch and the basement and things like that, and I'll show you all the new lights that I got. But it's a wonderful company, and the lights have been so durable. The bedding that I put on Rory's bed came from Pottery Barn Kids. Each of our kids, Stephen and I, picked out just fun holiday bedding for them once they were old enough to be in a big kid bed. And so each of the 3 sets, you'll see Rory has more of the traditional Santa one, Liam has the Grinch, and Charlie has Charlie Brown. And we got them from Pottery Barn Kids, and Stephen and I just had so much fun picking that out for them each year. And we just reuse it every time, and they get so excited year after year when the bedding comes out. And it's just, I think that's one of those core memories and traditions that I just love to provide for our family. And I know that they will remember that for years to come. And, you know, who knows, maybe they'll pass that tradition down to their own kids if they have kids one day. And I just love it. I love surprising my kids with stuff like this. And so you'll see I do a little tree in each of their rooms. And we, as a family, always decorate our big family tree that goes in the living room. But I do their own room, the little trees in their rooms, because they like to be surprised. So they never come home and get upset that I didn't let them decorate it. They always come home and get so just excited and surprised and thankful that I did that for them. And I always have fun with it. I love seeing their reaction when they go in their rooms and they see it all changed out for the holiday season. It's amazing. It's such a good feeling. The light strands that I'm putting up on Rory's bookshelf right now run on a timer, which I want to say is the greatest invention ever. I love it when I can find lights or anything that's a light up Christmas item that goes on a timer, because it saves so much time. Then you don't have to worry about in the morning or the end of the day going around the house and turning things off. So I am always excited and more inclined to buy something if it has a timer with it.
Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new, 'cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times with you.
I don't think this little tree will be saved at the end of this season. We have had it for almost 6 Christmases now, but as you can see, half of it did not light up this year. So poor thing, it's tired. So it's okay. I put so many ornaments on Rory's tree that she didn't even notice that half of it wasn't lit up. So I will either be adding lights to it next year or just donating it or moving on from it at the end of the season. It happens. Does that ever happen to you? You plug in your tree and all of a sudden like the top of the tree isn't lit up or the right side of the tree isn't lit up? It's always the adventures when you're decorating for Christmas.
Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh. Christmas memories. I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree, and I've lit my house with Christmas lights, so you should come back home to me. And when we wake up in the morning, I'm gonna play those carols that you love. We'll be singing all the melodies until the sun comes up. These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to...
We're now in Liam's room. This is my 9-year-old son. His bedding, wait till you see it. I think it's my favorite out of all 3. It's the Grinch, and it is just so cute. There's something about that Grinch that just gets me every time. He's the best. So we're going to change out all of his sheets, get everything new and clean on there for the season. His room really didn't need much cleaning up. I just needed to vacuum it, wipe down his table. Annie is back, and she did not want to leave. She was here for Liam's room. And then we will also get his little tree set up as well.
You close, forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh, la da da da, oh, 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 la da da da. Making our Christmas memories. Yes, these are the good times with you. Don't even care what we do if I spend it with you. Just you and nobody else. It's so good to see you again, to see you again. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hanging by the fire chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.
Now we're in Charlie's room. He's my 10-year-old son. And similar to Liam's room, I just wanted to switch out the sheets and put the new holiday bedding on there. I had some decor to put on his side table, so we'll clean that off and get that set up, and then also set up his little tree.
fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe. And I've gotten you a present that I put under the tree. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. The snow is falling down and the storm is on its way. But as long as you're around, everything will be okay. 'Cause all I wanna do is spend this holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything to be perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas.
The last room I want to decorate today is our loft area. This is always just a fun space that we hang out as a family. When friends come over, Rory always runs up here with her little friends. The boys tend to run down to the basement with their friends, but it's just a fun space. We have all the books out here, and I did put a lot of holiday books in Rory's room, but we have a ton more that also kind of live out here throughout the holiday season, and the boys will always go in this little playhouse with Rory and read to her, and it's the sweetest thing.
The first for you and me. Another year went by, but the difference this time is that ever since July, I've been happier than I have ever been. It's safe to say.
This tree is also a new item that I got this year from Target, and it arrived after I filmed my new Christmas decor haul video that will go up on Tuesday. So that one is actually not included in the video, so I will be sure to link it in the video description box for you. I got it when Target was doing their 50% off artificial Christmas trees, so I got a really good deal on it. It's very thick and lush. I hope the camera picks that up for you. The one in our bedroom, it was pretty sparse. I love it because it's just nostalgic and we've had it for years. But this one I would say looks much more high end and real. And when Rory got home from school and she saw it, she said, "Oh, that tree is so fluffy." I think that's the perfect way to describe it. It's a very fluffy tree.
My love for you is true. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything to be perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me.
Thank you so much for joining me today while I decorated the upstairs for Christmas. I am so excited for this new season with you. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Hi everyone, I hope you are well. I'm so excited for today's video because we are going to do a Christmas clean and decorate on the main part of our home. So we're going to do the kitchen, the dining room, the living room, the foyer, the staircase, all those fun places. I also want to share my entire November content calendar with you, so I will throw that up on the screen now for you. You can pause it if you want to take a look. And if you are new, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos coming. I'm also going to share a recipe for a cinnamon roll cake that we will make together today. It is so delicious and so easy. My kids love it. I also have some new Christmas decor pieces that I will show you as we decorate. Let's get started. since I already deep cleaned my house in between taking fall down and starting to put Christmas up, it was pretty easy to get everything ready. I'm just wiping all the surfaces before I put new decor pieces down. If you want to check out that deep cleaning that I did, I will link it on the screen now for you. Having that done already really did take some of the stress off of decorating, because then I knew I could just wipe down a surface and just start putting out decorations.
It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe. And I've gotten you a present that I put under the tree. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. The snow is falling down and the storm is on its way. But as long as you're around, everything...
This candle is new from Target. We do so many pumpkin and apple and just really sweet smelling scented candles in the fall that I was ready for a little bit of a break from something sweet, so I didn't want to get a Christmas cookie smell or anything like that. This is just a nice, neutral, festive smelling candle that just was perfect.
Okay, 'cause all I wanna do is spend this holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment.
All right, now that everything is wiped down in the kitchen, here is all of the decor that I've laid out in the dining room. Pieces that I used last year that I know I want to use again, some of the newer pieces. And my strategy when I decorate, I tend to start in areas where I already have somewhat of a plan of what I want to put there, or at least some of the pieces I want to use, and then I just kind of move them around until it feels right. This tray is brand new from the Target Dollar Spot, and I wasn't sure if the candle warmer would fit, but it ended up fitting perfectly. I just had to tuck the cord on the side to give a little bit of extra space. So I'm going to start here, start adding some pieces, and then keep going.
Have you for myself in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. Another year went by, but the difference this time is that ever since July, I've been happier than I have ever been. It's safe to say that my love for
My decor style is definitely more traditional Christmas greens and reds and golds and the Christmas plaids. I use green a lot more than red. It's more green with pops of red. But most of all, I try to find that balance of making sure that I have pieces that I know my kids are going to recognize and look forward to seeing each year, but then also some newer pieces each year. But the biggest thing is just I want peace and comfort when we are at home. If we have too much decor everywhere, it stresses me out. I don't like a lot of clutter everywhere. The kids enjoy the house just to be a little bit more organized as well. And so I just try to find that balance of just simple, peaceful, comfy decor, but also that nostalgic feeling of having those traditions each year.
it's true. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas.
This gold tray that I'm setting up right now on the island is new from Target. I believe it's from the Hearth and Hand collection. And then I just added a mini cake stand in the back, and then this greenery, which I decided just to use one versus two. It came from the Target Dollar Spot. I believe it was either $3 or $5. But I had these white porcelain houses from last year. I bought a big pack of them, I think from Bed Bath & Beyond, which I don't think is around anymore. Maybe it made a comeback. I can't remember. But I did get them from Bed Bath & Beyond last year, but you can get them anywhere. One thing that I liked about the ones that I specifically chose is that you can put your own tea light candles in the back. There's an opening, because the ones that come with the tea light already built in, the battery tends to run out pretty quickly, and it's more expensive to buy a new button battery for those versus just buying a new tea light candle. So I like the ones where you can kind of just put your own tea light candles in there. The other bonus is I got tea light candles with a timer. Timers are key for my Christmas decor. I set them so that they all start relatively at the same time. They run for 6 to 8 hours and then they just turn off. I don't have to go around each day and turn things on and turn them off. It just makes it so much easier. Also, a little trick if you caught it, for my taper candles, I take a piece of blue tape and I put it on the bottom, and that will hold it there inside so it doesn't get all wobbly. And if you need a little bit of extra, sometimes I have to put an extra piece of blue tape on the side of the candle, and it just holds them in place really nicely.
For you and me. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out of nowhere, just us and no one else.
I can be a little indecisive when I decorate, I will admit that. And so you'll see me switch stuff around. You'll see behind the scenes, maybe one week I'll have something set up, and then when you see me do a cleaning video the next week, it will look completely different. I do. If I buy new things or if I decide something looks better somewhere else, I'll just switch it. There are no rules when it comes to decorating.
Last year I thought about how things can come around just like that if everyone...
Okay, there might be one rule in our house when it comes to decorating, and that's that Alexa gets her own little spot. She works very hard for our family. My kids ask her a million questions a day. Are your kids like that with Alexa? Anyways, she has earned her own special spot, so she gets to have her own little tree tray, and then I'm going to add just a bow to it. That's a white velvet ribbon that I'm using, so I'm just going to add that bow to the top of that just to give it a little something extra, and she has her spot for the holiday season.
Here to celebrate one day. We have our ups and downs, but when there's love, there's always a way. And oh, this time of year, we come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. Place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside and just enjoy this moment of peace and love and happiness. We come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday. It means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents. But it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day.
I always have the hardest time when I style these shelves. I love these shelves, and maybe I'm sure I'm just overthinking it every single time. I really loved how my fall decor turned out this year on the shelves. I'll admit I moved all of these pieces a ton, and I still don't completely love the way it turned out, But I have a lot of DIY projects coming up for us this season, and so I plan on adding a bunch of those to this shelf. So I got it to a place where I thought it was still really pretty for now, but I do know that I'm going to be switching it up pretty soon. Do you have a spot in your house like that where it just is always the challenge when it comes to decorating? Let me know in the comments. This advent calendar is one of those nostalgic traditions in our house. We got it when Charlie, which is our oldest son, he is almost 11. We got it his first year when he was born, and it's just, they love it. They take turns on who gets to take the magnet ornament and put it up each day. It's by Melissa and Doug, and it has stood the test of time because we've had it for almost 11 years now. And it's just one of those pieces they get so excited that we bring out each year. I love doing these little wreaths on our counter bar stools. I will say the key to success here is using a ribbon that has wire built in, and then you see I just twist it around my fingers and then just kind of set it out. It just makes the ribbon just hold in place a lot easier. And then, you know, as the kids are opening and closing the chairs and just moving around and all the things that kids do, it stays pretty well put.
Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday.
We are moving on to the living room. So this table serves a lot of purposes. I have to keep it pretty open. Rory loves, she has a little tradition on the weekends. She gets her cereal and she brings a chair over and she likes to sit at this table and watch her Saturday morning show. And so I have to leave space for her to do that. We don't have a coffee table in our living room, so we use it to hold our drinks when we're watching movies, and it holds the popcorn for movie night and just all the things. So it's just finding that balance of decor, but also keeping it practical for what your family needs. And that table is just our spot. It's a multi-purpose area, so I'm going to keep it very simple on the table and make sure that I leave it open for all of the things.
It means so much more than words can say, and I claim Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. First flake of snow is set to fall today. It comes to say that Christmas is on its merry way. And for every single child, there's a gift on Santa's sleigh. The first flake of snow is said to fall today. The first snow this winter is promised for this day. It brings a hope of peace, both near and far away. It says we can live together and that we can find a way. The first snow this Christmas is promised for this.
Okay, we have to talk about this garland. I just bought it at Joann Fabrics. The one that I've been using in years past is just falling apart and it leaves so many fake pine needles all over the floor. So it's time for a new one. This Oh my gosh, it's just so thick. I was not expecting that. It is so lush and so thick and so heavy, which is exactly what I wanted. My other one was very thin since it had lost so many pieces from it. So it's exactly what I wanted, but I was just not prepared for that. You'll see there's a little snafu. It does fall at one point, and I decided just to leave that in for you. There you go, because that's real life right there when you're decorating. So it was finding that balance of trying to keep it up on the mantle. I tried command strips. It didn't work. The command strips weren't sticking to our mantle. And so it was more just the decor. So now I'm trying to add some pieces, but because it's so thick, it is just swallowing these decor pieces whole. So I'm going to show you a little tactic that I have where I take just a small bowl and I put it face down, just like upside down on top of the mantle, and then stick the decor on top of that. It's always easy just to take a little dish or a little bowl or something just to give a little bit of height and depth to your decor. There you go. There's the bowl. So that was my strategy. And then, so once I get those up a little bit so you can actually see them, then we will start to add the stockings. So are you a stockings on the mantle kind of a house, or are you a stockings in other places? Growing up, we didn't have a fireplace mantle growing up, and so my mom and dad would always put them on our staircase, and I loved that. Let me know in the comments what some of your holiday traditions are. We have one that we started a long time ago on Christmas Eve. So on Thanksgiving, we draw names within my immediate family. And then on Christmas Eve, we do where you hide the gift for the person that you got and you write clues. And so on Christmas Eve, we go around one person at a time, follow our clues throughout the house. We usually do 3 clues, and then you find your present, and then you get to open one present on Christmas Eve. It's always so fun. This garland that I'm putting up on the stairs is a new purchase this year from Target. I believe it was $15 for each strand, and I got 2 strands. And I actually purchased it when Cartwheel was doing a 30% off holiday decor, so it was even less expensive, which they do a lot. So make sure you follow Cartwheel and get those deals when they're out. But I just love this one. I thought it was a little bit more unique. It has the pine cones and the cranberries, but it also has acorns on it, which I thought was so sweet. And it's just the way that it's laid out. I just really loved this. And my favorite feature is, yes, it has a timer. It's a 6-hour timer, so I have it go on at 5 o'clock every single day. It shuts off on its own. I don't have to touch it. It's just so much easier with the timers.
Holidays and cheer, but now I got my eye set on you. I'm not gonna play it safe. I'm not gonna play it safe. It's going down on Christmas Day. 'Cause I'm trying to tell you in every way, yeah,
The only room we have left to decorate is the dining room, but before we do that, I want to get the cinnamon roll cake going and get that in the oven, and then we'll decorate while it's cooking. I will link the recipe below. This cake is so easy and so delicious. So the recipe I will link will give you the instructions to make the cake mix on your own. I just use a box of vanilla cake mix. It turns out really tasty. I've never made it where you have to make the actual cake yourself. It's up to you, but I just want you to know if you want a shortcut, just buy a box of vanilla cake mix. And so you just make the cake mix according to the directions if you want to do it that way. We're going to pour it into the pan. I did spray some nonstick spray in the pan ahead of time. So once you get your cake in there, we're then going to make the cinnamon middle piece that we're going to put together. Normally I melt the butter. I was trying to follow the recipe exactly for you guys where it just says room temperature butter. I'm going to go back to melting the butter. It just made it turned out fine. Let me say that. Trust me, my kids had no problem eating this when it was done, but it didn't mix as well as I would have liked. Like you're looking here, I had to use my hands to kind of get it to spread around. When I melt the butter, it's more just liquidy and it just spreads really nice. So I will do that differently next time. So just a heads up to you. Honestly, either way, it turns out delicious. Let's be honest. So just whichever way works for you. But you're just going to take that knife once you get the cinnamon topping in the middle and just kind of spread it around. And then we're going to pop that in the oven. I always say this when I'm baking. I tend to undercook my stuff because I know it will continue to cook once I take it out of the oven. So I take whatever time is recommended and usually take about 5 minutes off of that. So we got that in the oven. Now we're moving on to the dining room. I had to first just vacuum the table. It had all just the pieces and the glitter and the stuff from all the decor that was on it. Now we're going to wipe that down and then we're going to get started on our centerpiece. Our family eats dinner together almost every single night on our table, and so I have to be careful when I do centerpieces that it's something I can easily move to the side because we always put the trays of food in the center, and so I usually do a tray, but I wanted to try this mat because I'm going to use it for Thanksgiving as well, and stay tuned, I will be doing a Thanksgiving video. I know I am all about Christmas, but in our house, Christmas is November 1st until the day before Thanksgiving. Then we have about 2 days of Thanksgiving, and then we're back to Christmas. So I do give Thanksgiving its moment. It's just a brief moment, but we will have that moment on this channel as well. But so this placemat, it works really, really well. It just slides to the side, so I didn't have to do the tray this year. Gave it a little test drive, and it worked perfectly. And I'm just setting out the rest of my porcelain houses, some greenery, some lights, and yes, those lights have a timer. I only use lights with a timer. And then those green trees and the white trees I actually got from Target last year, and they do light up. I just had to replace the batteries. I haven't done that yet, but it's really pretty at night with all of that glow. And those porcelain houses are the ones that came from that same kit. It was just a massive kit of white porcelain houses.
But I know this time you're on top of my list. Only
The cake is done and my house smells amazing. So we are going to let that cool down. I ran to the bus stop after I took this out, so that gave it even more time to cool down. And then when I got back, we made the icing. And so you're just doing a simple powdered sugar with milk and a little bit of vanilla for the icing. Whisk it up. I just always use a spoon when I mix this stuff up. And then you're going to spread it on the top. This cake is so good. It's the perfect cake for just a weekend when you guys have time and just sit and enjoy it as a family. We consider it a breakfast cake in our house. It is a cinnamon roll cake, so we're not breaking rules, right? It's also good for the holidays. This would be perfect for Thanksgiving morning or Christmas morning or any gathering that you have. It's just a really easy, really delicious recipe. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Leave me a comment if you want a link for any of the products that I had. I will try to put a bunch of them in the video description box. I did have a video come out last Tuesday with all of my new Christmas decor with all the links. So I will link that one so you can check that one out. But I will see you guys next time. I'm going to do my healthy meal prep for the week. So I'll see you back here on Tuesday. Hi everyone, I hope you are well. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Trisha Miller. Today we are going to do a cozy Christmas clean and decorate. We're going to be baking some hot cocoa cookies today. It is very cold and chilly and rainy outside, so it is the perfect day to cozy up, put some finishing touches on some spots in our house. Let's get started. I want to start really quick by showing anybody who watched my last Christmas decorate video. This was the mantle. I completely changed it. Sometimes I just need to sit with decor until I kind of just feel where it needs to be, and that was a moment where I liked the mantle before, but after I sat with it for a while, I just needed to change some things up, and so I love how it turned out, so I wanted to show that to you really quickly. And if you haven't watched that video, I will link it for you. It was a good one. So now we are on the screened-in porch right now. I got the fire going. The rain is coming down around me. It is just such a cozy feeling. It was just so nice. So I'm gonna get everything cleaned up here. I need to vacuum. I need to also vacuum the couches, wipe down the mantle, and then we can start putting the decorations up. That little pot behind me, it used to be a potted flower, but it is now just a pot of dirt. Liam made that for me for Mother's Day this past year, and I've just not had the heart to get rid of it. I'm not a gardener. I wish I could. I think that's a goal for 2024. I'm going to go ahead and just put that out in the universe. A resolution for 2024. I'm going to learn how to keep plants alive because I just love the idea of it. I'm just so terrible at it. So it was finally time. I did keep the little tag that he had made in it for me, but it was hard to let go of that little pot of dirt. Okay, now that everything's clean, the first thing I'm going to start with are the lights. I need Steven's help for those. For anybody who's new here, Steven is my husband. He is 6'5". I am barely 5'2" on a good day. So he is going to help me hang these up. These lights, and also thank you to Olney for sponsoring this portion of today's video. These lights came from Olney. They're the curtain lights. If you watched my Halloween decorate, I put these in the kids' rooms and they love them. And so Olney sent me more because they know how much I love these lights, and I really wanted to put them here on the porch. And so I have 2 sets of them. I have the 9-foot curtain lights. I will link everything in the video description box for you because they are offering a 30% off for my viewers. So I will put that down there for you guys. I cannot recommend these lights enough. They plug in with a USB plug and they come with a remote. So I love that because they have different settings, you know, the different things where they'll flash fast, or I like to keep them steady. Sometimes I will do the twinkle. I'm also showing you Annie because she discovered a squirrel and she was not going to stop staring down that squirrel until the squirrel left. But anyway, back to the Olney lights. I love them so much. They just give that fun Christmas glow, but they don't block my view on the screened-in porch, so I thought they were perfect there. I'm happy we did that. They're in all the kids' bedrooms. The kids will not let me take them down, so they are going to be just a year-round permanent decor fixture in their rooms, but it's really nice because it kind of replaces a nightlight in their room because it's nice and bright, but you can dim them as well. So these are just incredible lights. Highly recommend them. I will have all the links and everything in the video description box for you. But anyway, so Steven and I are getting these put up first, and then once everything's set with those, I'll go ahead and move on to everything else. Here's the remote control that I was talking about. It's hard to zoom in and show you all the buttons, but the remote does so many different things, and you can see the dim at the very bottom. I can't say enough wonderful things about these lights. So thank you, Olney, so much for sending me more of these. I also have some lights that they sent me to do in the front yard. So when we get to that, I will show you guys that in a future video very soon.
It's white outside and the night is cold.
My decor style is very simple. I want it to feel peaceful when you're home. I want it to be comforting. And so I absolutely lean into that, especially around the Christmas season. I want some nostalgia mixed with that just comfort and cozy feeling. And so I was so excited when I found these pillow covers. The white pillows are a faux fur, but they're so soft, almost like a Sherpa mixed with it. And they're covers, so I can wash them. Otherwise, I would not be buying anything in white because I have 3 kids and 2 dogs. But it's so easy to wash them. They turn out great. I've already washed them for the first time when they came from Amazon. So again, I will link everything. I think I've said that before, but I will link everything for you that I can in the video description box. This tree I got from Target this year. It is not a lit tree, but I thought it was perfect because I didn't want too much lights because I tend to get a little overstimulated, a little overwhelmed when there's just too much going on around me. And so I thought it was just a nice little touch in the corner. And our family spends a lot of time on our screened-in porch, more so in the winter season because we have that fire. And we love to just put on the fire, do hot cocoa in the evening. So I was trying to keep everything practical as well because we do spend so much time out there. And I love to just do earthy things like put pine cones out in the winter season and the greens and just keep it simple and cozy. And I just love how everything is turning out.
Lighting candles in their homes. Yes, it's Christmas. It's a magic time. You can feel it in the air. That every child.
I wanted to go just a little bit more elaborate on the mantle. It's kind of a focal point when you're out there with the fireplace going below it. And so this year I was so excited. This is a new garland that I purchased from Walmart, and it's a flocked garland. Are you a flocked person? This is the first year that I have wanted to buy flocked things. I got a flocked tree that we had upstairs. I got some flocked trees for our front porch, which I will be doing the front porch later on in a future video with you guys. But I loved this one. It has the red berries. It has a few pine cones. The pine cones were hard to see, so I got a bag of just those cinnamon smelling pine cones, which I'll add those at the end. But I really love this garland. I think it's so beautiful.
Got their hearts filled up with joy. Yes, it's Christmas.
Feel like I've been flocked. Probably should have changed my clothes for that part. But it's pretty. I like the garland. It will just attack you while you fluff it. But then it should be okay.
And as I walk outside,
the lights came separate from it, and so I'm just placing those where I want them to be. They're battery operated lights, and they have a timer. I love a timer. I know I have said this before, but it just makes such a difference with the decor. I set all my timers at the same. They usually run for 6 or 8 hours, and then you don't have to touch them every single day and turn them on and off. It is just, a timer changes everything for me. It is definitely a game changer.
Christmas choir sing Merry Christmas to you. time of year is a time to cheer. Let our loved ones, our family and friends have a Christmas with so much love and with joy and laughter. Let us make memories that stay forever. It's Christmas today. All snow is falling down, all the colored lights lighting up this town. And as I walk outside, hear the Christmas choir sing, Merry Christmas to you. Snow is falling down, all the colored lights lighting up this town.
Now I'm just sneaking some command strips to the side so that I can hang some more bells. Bells are my favorite Christmas decor piece, I think. Bells and pine cones. If I could describe my decor style, it'd probably be bells and pine cones with a little dabble of red here and there. But I loved this garland that I had, and then I have one more that I've had for years that I never found a place for it, but this was the year. This was the year that it got to come out, and I just love how everything turned out with all the green tones and the golds and the pops of red. This mantle, it's rare that when I decorate something, I'm just love it from the get-go, and that was this mantle. So it is still bringing me so much joy and so much comfort, and I love it.
And as I walk outside, hear the Christmas choir sing, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. Oh, Merry Christmas to you.
The porch looked like it had snowed from the flocked garland, but it was totally worth it. And if I have to keep vacuuming all season long, it is okay because that garland is gorgeous. Now we are in the pantry. This is the last little area in my kitchen that I wanted to decorate. We go hard with the hot cocoa in the winter. All winter long, almost every single night, we want to drink hot cocoa. So I wanted to set up a real hot cocoa bar, one that's functional, that we will truly be using almost every single day, with just a little flair of decor in there, just to add just a nice little comfort when we go in there. It's, for coffee in the morning, the hot cocoa at night, throughout the day. I just think doing little corners in your home like this is just so fun. I didn't have a plan for this one. So when I don't have a plan, I tend to get a little indecisive. You're going to see me switch things around. And even now, I just went shopping with my mom this morning and got a couple more pieces that I want to add to this. So I will show you guys that in a future video. But I start with the cake stand and I'm just kind of adding the stuff. All these pieces came from Target in the dollar spot. The gingerbread cookie jar, the gingerbread background, and then the green cake stand. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a tree at the bottom. I thought that was so cute. And so I'm just kind of filling with the toppings. These are green tree shaped marshmallows that we got from Walmart. Liam loves to put these in his hot cocoa. For anybody new, we have 3 kids. We have our 5-year-old daughter, Rory, our 9-year-old son, Liam, and then Charlie is almost 11. He's our oldest. And so I'm just going to fill up with all the toppings that I know that we're going to use on a regular basis and then just figure out a spot for everything. These sprinkles that I'm putting in the jar right now are new for us this year. They're from Walmart and they're called Hot Cocoa Topper. My kids love them. I highly recommend them. I have crushed peppermint sticks, and so I'm putting those in the other one. I'm sorry, crushed candy canes. I don't think there's a difference between candy canes and peppermint sticks, so we'll go with both of those. But the kids love to put it on. My kids are marshmallow people with their hot cocoa, but Steven and I are whipped cream people. What do you like to do? Both? There are no rules when it comes to hot cocoa. You can put anything and everything you want in there, but I definitely love a good whipped cream on top. I found these candy cane spoons at Dollar Tree. I was so excited. I think it's the best find of the year for me. They're so fun. I want to go back and get more. They add just enough of that peppermint flavor to your hot cocoa. They're so good and they're practical because you can use them to stir up the hot cocoa. Liam did it the other day and it worked just fine. And then I'm kind of hiding, don't tell my kids, I'm hiding these peppermint kisses inside of the little candy jars because they are my favorite. I told Steven that they were in there, but I don't think I'm going to tell my kids. We were allowed to have just a couple of things for ourselves, right? I think that's called self-care. So peppermint Hershey Kisses are my self-care for the winter months. This box that I'm putting the hot cocoa mix in was actually from Home Goods, but I bought candlesticks out of it. And as I was unwrapping the candlesticks, I thought this box is too pretty to just recycle. I need to hold on to it. And I'm so glad that I did because it worked perfect to hold all the hot cocoa stuff.
Just me and a plastic Christmas tree all alone. But this year will be different in so many ways. Now that I've found someone with whom to spend my days. Now I know what Christmas can be like. And now I know what.
Okay, now that we have finished decorating a couple of those spots in the house, I want to make these hot cocoa cookies. The kids are gonna be home in about an hour. They will love these. It is just a simple funfetti hot cocoa cookie mix. I'll try to zoom in so you can see it. I got it at Walmart. I'm sure they have it at several places. I'm gonna make it a little bit extra by adding my own little toppings, maybe some crushed peppermint or some of those sprinkles that we just set up at the hot cocoa bar. But I think these are gonna be so delicious and so cozy for tonight. Let's make them.
Everyone's been talking about. Now I know what Christmas can be like. Peace and joy for everyone alike. And now I know what Christmas can be like. I'll give you a kiss underneath the mistletoe. You give me that look that makes me love you so. This
These cookies turned out so delicious. I really, really recommend these. It's just a simple funfetti box as I showed you. It was less than $3 at Walmart. And I ended up not even adding any extra toppings because I didn't realize that they came with the, I think they're white chocolate chips, but they look like marshmallows and then red sprinkles. And they were so good.
year will be better in so many ways. Now that I've got someone keeping me.
Okay, it's later in the night. I'm making my daily cup of hot cocoa and I want to show you guys how the decorations look outside in the dark. I cannot be happier with how everything turned out today. And just thank you so much for spending time with me and visiting my channel. If you liked today's video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I have so many fun ideas and cleaning motivation and recipes to share with you guys. So I will see you here next time. Bye! Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Trisha Miller. I upload new videos every Tuesday and Saturday. It is officially the holiday season and I need the outside of our house to match the inside. We have been decorated for Christmas inside since November 1st. So it is time. As you can see, it's really sunny outside and our front porch gets full sun. So we're gonna start in our entryway, get a bunch of the decorations ready, then we'll head outside and add them to the porch. I'm gonna do just simple, cozy nostalgic, beautiful decor on the front porch, and I'm so thankful you're here to do this with me. Let's get started. Okay, let me show you what we're gonna be using to decorate. So this is just a simple garland, and we're gonna add, I got these from Walmart this year, these bell lights to it. And then if I wanna add a little bit of red as well, we have these bell ornaments that we could add. Let's just kind of wait and see what that looks like. And then I have 2 of these flocked light up trees. The other one is in the box, so we'll take that out and we'll get that set up as well. Then we have, okay, so here's my vision. I have these 4 lanterns from the Hearth and Hand collection at Target. My vision for the larger ones, I'm gonna put this fake snow really at the bottom of all 4 of them, but I wanna do the fake snow in here, and then I have these battery operated lights that I wanna put inside, and I might add some of these trees to those larger ones as well, just to kind of give a little bit more height and depth to it. And then for these smaller ones, I have these trees from Walmart that I wanna put inside with the fake snow. And then possibly, I have these 2 extra this year, cut these up and get the pine cones and then the flocked greenery and just kind of scatter it throughout the bottom of these. Hopefully you can follow what I'm saying. We're gonna make this vision come to life together. And then I also have these just battery operated string lights, and I was really excited to get them in the copper color. And so we'll add those to that. I have my joy sign. This is really covered up by decor, but there is a gingerbread house mat somewhere under there. And then I wanna show you for my garland, if you're wondering how people hang up garland, this is how I do it. So these, if you have vinyl siding on your front porch like we do, these hooks, I got them from Walmart. I do know that they have them on Amazon as well, so I'll try to link them for you guys. But they hook onto, let me see if I can focus it for you. Sorry guys, it might not focus, but you'll see when we do it. There we go. It hooks into your vinyl siding. So we're gonna use that to hold up our garland. And then what else do we have? Here's our pillows that we're gonna use. I have the faux fur, just cozy pillows that I've actually been putting everywhere in my house this year. So those pillow covers came from Amazon. We have these from Kirkland's. They're just like a mini pillow with this beautiful green Christmas plaid. This is going to be our wreath for the front door. Pine cones are my favorite thing to decorate with this time of year, and bells. So this is just a simple wreath. And it already has, let's see, they're kind of hidden. There are some gold bells somewhere on this wreath. Let me see guys, where did they go? Oh, I hear them, here we go. All right, so there's a couple of smaller bells right here. I'm gonna switch out that ribbon color to either red or white. What do you think? Which one should we do? And then in my next video, I'm gonna be doing some Christmas decor DIY projects. And so I have bigger gold bells that I'm gonna spray paint that we will eventually be adding to this. So that will be in my next video, stay tuned. And then I just have this little guy that I'm gonna put up, and I'm gonna put a new ribbon around him. I'll probably do red with him. All right, let's get started. One more important thing that I wanna show you guys, we got these from Target last year. I plugged this in, let me see if I can get it to show. So it's a timer, and it has a setting where you could do just off on, but 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, and then dusk/dawn. That's the one we set it on. And so anything that I need to plug in with extension cords, this will automatically turn them on and off based on the sunlight. Makes it so much easier. The first thing I want to set up are our lanterns. I want to create just this warm, cozy snow globe look to them. So I'm going to start with the snow at the bottom, and then I'm going to add some battery operated pillar candles. And what I love about the candles, they came from Amazon. They have a remote control to turn them on and off. So it's super easy. I don't have to pull them out each time and turn them on and off. I'm all about the convenience when it comes to decor. And then we'll add some of those wood trees in the background. I also thought about this bottle brush teas would look really good inside of those if you wanted to make some. And then I'm going to finish them off with those twinkle lights from Walmart. I did order some larger taper candles from Amazon that are arriving that day. So we'll do a day 2, and I'll show you when I add those in just so you can see the full finished effect from them. But we'll get the larger ones set up first, and then we'll do the smaller ones with those trees from Walmart with some twinkle lights as well. repeat the same front porch or front yard Christmas decor every single year. I have switched off and on. I thought I would be someone who would find something I liked and do the same thing over and over again, but I really don't. Steven and I do put the same snowflake blinking Christmas lights to line the top of our porch each year. But besides that, and also usually we do some greenery on the railings and we'll do some lights on those. But besides that, we switch it up a lot as far as what goes around our door and really even our front yard as well. I'm going to try some new lights in our front yard this year. Let me know in the comments what you do. I do appreciate people who do the same thing because we always love to drive around with our kids and look at Christmas lights at night. And there's like certain houses that we kind of depend on that year after year we want to go back to and see them. So I do love it when people have that tradition of the same lights every year. But I'm also all about trying something new and seeing what works.
It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe. And I've gotten you a present that I put under the tree. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. The snow is falling down and the storm is on its way. But as long as you're around, everything will be okay. 'Cause all I wanna do is spend this holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything to be perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. Another year.
Next up is the wreath. I've had this wreath for several years. It's just a simple green wreath with pine cones and the warm white lights. The lights are on a timer. They're battery operated, so I don't have to worry about plugging them into anything. And I just wanted to add that red bow just to give a little pop of red to the decor. And then I will show you in my next video the DIY that I have. I have these big bells from Dollar Tree and I'm going to be spray painting them and I'm going to add them to this wreath. I think it'll make it pop a little bit more. So definitely come back on Saturday for all of those fun DIY ideas.
Year went by, but the difference this time is that ever since July, I've been happier than I have ever been. It's safe to say that my love for you is true. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you.
Okay, I had to recruit my amazing husband, Steven, to help me hang the garland on the door. This is the first time that we've hung garland on our door. I usually just do it on the railings, but I wanted to try something new this year, and it was a bit of a challenge. The vinyl clips work really, really well, but I was also trying to do some command strips because we only had a 4-pack of the vinyl clips, so in hindsight, I would have bought more of the vinyl clips, and my poor husband. I just want to put this out there. I think it takes a strong marriage to hang decor together because I was trying to fluff it and I swear every time he would get it secure, I would go up to fluff it and it would come down. But he was patient with me. He knows how I am. And so he would hold it while I fluffed, and then he would secure it. So we got our system down. I think I should have probably fluffed it before I had him put it up. So again, changes for next year. This was a new process for us. I do love how the bell lights turned out, because that was something different. I know people typically do like a warm white light on their garland, but I really liked having the bells. I thought it added just a little bit more of a pop. They're not as bright as the warm white lights would have been, so maybe next year I'll do both if Steven can handle putting the garland back up next year after what I put him through this year. Do you put up holiday garland or any type of holiday decor with your partner? If so, how does it go when you guys do it together?
I longed for this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out of nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything to be perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. Cause all I wanna do is spend this holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out of nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything to be perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Round John Virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love's your light, radiant beams from your holy face. With the dawn.
Okay, it is the next day and my utility cart arrived from Walmart. This was less than $15. I don't know the exact price. I will link it for you guys, but it was definitely very affordable, and I could use it for other things after this. I think I'm going to set up like a Play-Doh and arts and crafts station for Rory with it. But for right now, it's going to serve the purpose of putting out some drinks and some snacks for all of the delivery drivers and grocery delivery helpers and just so many deliveries we get this time of year. And so I wanted to get that set up. I think it is just a nice thing that a lot of people do. It's not a new idea by any means, but I did find this really cute printable on Etsy that I will link for you guys. I actually bought it last year and put it out, and so I reprinted it this year to put out again. And I just think it's really nice to just say thank you to people, especially this time of year, but absolutely year round. And so I'm going to add some candy, some chips, some snack crackers, some sodas, some water, some sparkling waters, just all the things for them. Now, last year, the first couple weeks when I had this out, it wasn't an issue, But then towards like closer to the holiday, the squirrels discovered that I had put out all of these delicious treats, and I think they thought that I put it out for them, so they started to help themselves. So I'm going to keep a close eye on it this year. I might need to move everything to a cooler or just something with a lid that animals can't get into. Did you have that issue if you set this up on your porch? What is your solution? Also, you see, I have both my girls with me, Annie and my 5-year-old daughter, Rory. It's a Saturday for day 2 of this, so everybody's home. Rory is my best helper. Whenever she sees me doing something, she wants to come over and participate and help. So, of course, I let her when she wants to do that. Then she got bored very quickly, and Annie went with Rory, so I'm back by myself finishing it up. It maybe took me 10 minutes to put this together. This was not a long process. It's super easy. And now we're going to get it stocked and we're going to get it outside. And you'll see in the back corner the larger pillar candles arrived. So we will get this all finished up.
It was the night before Christmas. I was closing down for business in my little present shop. When the bell on the door jingled once more, and then time almost came to a stop. But somehow I knew, and maybe so did you, that everything would change from now on. Yes, from this Christmas on, this Christmas on, from this Christmas on, it's gonna be you and me decorating the tree from this Christmas on. We forgot what you came for, and in the coffee shop just next door, we talked for hours.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you are having an incredible start to your holiday season. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
And somehow